what keeps me awake at night, our president of the United States keeps me awake at night. I'm not afraid to say that at all.
Can you speak on that?
Can
you tell me why?
Yeah, I don't feel that he speaks for everyone. I can say from my personal experiences, so I don't see Democratic or Republican. I don't get that BS. I don't get that bullshit at all. If you're for something, then you're for it. If you're not, you're not. There can't be no division, right? There's good and there's bad. You can't say that you're helping and you're going in two different directions. You know that that's not helping. That's tearing the country or the world apart. So that's BS. So I don't give a damn whether you're an alien from another planet. If you're trying to do the right thing, I'm behind you. That's all I see. It's just good and it's bad. For the first time in my life, I fear for my life, you know, based on what I think has happened, you know, during this last year of the president coming into office, things that he says out of his mouth, things that he's doing that are just, so I hold myself to a higher accountability because of what I've been able to do and make my money. I just said it, it's my responsibility, right? And here you are, the leader of our country, and you do things that a child would do, tweeting about things that a child would do. You know, yeah, I don't really understand the politician world, but I don't think you really have to just to know right from wrong. A child can tell you that. Children are some of the most honest people in the world. Your breasts stink. They didn't mean anything wrong. They're just being honest. Yeah, that's fearful. And I think, you know, and being now in business, the business that I'm involved in are global, seeing now that how it can affect me globally everywhere based on what happens here, what happens in the United States, seeing how that affects everyone, traveling to all these countries, being a part of that, being in their environment, seeing what's really going on. That's scary. That's scary.
Because he represents you when you travel, so people think, oh, you're American.
Well, yes and no. More so not, because most of the time when I'm traveling somewhere, they already know who I am, hence the reason why I'm there. But even like my driver who was bringing me here, he's from Pakistan, and we're talking about it. And regardless, I am American, and he represents us, but he doesn't represent all of us. You know, and I think as a leader, if I'm taking on a stance that I'm responsible for certain things, and I'm just this little ordinary guy, you're like the spokesperson for an entire nation, then shouldn't you take even higher values than I do? I don't see that. I've never, tell me if you have, I've never seen a president in office and so many of his advisors quitting or running. I've never seen that before. You have division in your own world. How are you supposed to help us when you can't even president your own world there? Yet you're going to come out and just have such influence and impact on the world? Yeah, that's scary.
How's this going to play out?
Don't know. Wow. You tell me. What are your thoughts?
It's strange watching from over here because my mom comes and visits me sometimes from San Diego, and I can see this, you know, it's just deeply disturbed. And she said, you know, I can't, you go out anywhere socially and there's a divide, you know, and it's very hard for us to understand what it's like internally in America. But I can see that it in her face, that it's really serious.
Yeah, and when he won, so it's sad because I think he kind of represents like a Ross Perot. You remember Ross Perot?
Yeah, sure, of course.
I think he would have done a bifurcation. He was talking the same thing, I think, more honestly. Hey, this is wrong. This is nonsense. You need to do this. But they wouldn't hear him, right? But I think he had a heart, right? So here you have a better talker or whatever, and he wins. But like I said, the first time I ever feared. And so being that I just believe in whoever's going to help us. I wasn't really for him, but when he won, I had to sit there, and I was glued to the TV like most people. Wow, he won. You know what? It's your president. Be behind him. Give him a shot. And he gave that speech after he won, right? And I'm like, all right. He's talking the right talk. He hasn't did any of that. And that just set a fear, you know, and even certain things he says now, like, you know, when you say cliches make America great again, or if they're popping off of the mouth, you know, punch them. that brings back pictures for me of what America was back then. And, you know, like your mother said, you know, never had felt that type of tension before. Wow, that's scary. And to know that he has such effect on the world globally, it's very fearful, you know. We're all humans. I already said we're all going to make mistakes. It's only one person on this planet who didn't. They killed him. We're all going to make mistakes. We're all going to make mistakes. We all have imperfections. But depending on what you do, you should be held at a more accountability. What you do with your show, you're accountable. If you have some porn, child molestation, raping person, you need to be responsible and not have that person on your show. You have accountability. So does he. And I don't see him holding up to it. Yeah, and that's scary.